Quick disclaimer, I didn't just get this mouse. I've had it for around 2 years now. That's why I'm saying last impressions in the title, because I'm getting a new mouse soon. So yeah, I know quite a bit about this mouse because I've had it for so long, unlike some people just reviewing it who've only had it for a few days. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So this right here is a Deathadder Essential. It has a scroll wheel at the top with RGB, which has to be on green. You can't change out in the software on the Deathadder Essential, so keep that in mind. But you can turn it off and on and turn the brightness. So if you don't like green at all, you can just have it off. Or you can change the brightness from 0, which is also off technically, to 100. I have it on 50 right now because it looks better on the recording and it doesn't just shine super bright. But yeah, it's on the scroll wheel and right down here on the Razer logo. And yeah, that's it for the RGB. Coming down to the side, there's a really good grip here. It feels really good. You don't feel all the individual shapes if you'd think that. It's just a nice place where your thumb can rest and easily hit these side buttons. We'll come to those in a sec. My thumb has never slipped off of this grip, and it's just a really comfortable place to just rest my thumb and easily be able to reach my side buttons. Along to the side buttons, they're really nice and big. As you can see, they're not like a super small and like hard to hit. They're nice right above the thumb rest. Be careful though, if your thumb is like really big, which mine isn't really, you might actually be hitting the bottom of these side buttons and might accidentally press them, but you should be fine judging. I have pretty big hands and I am perfectly fine not hitting these on accident. Well-rounded, they don't have a lot of pre-travel. This is a sound test of them. So yeah, not much pre-travel. They're nice and close to each other right above the grip, and they're big, which makes them easy to reach, easy to click, and they're really good quality. I really like these. They don't wobble at all, and they're holding up really well after these 2 years that I've had this mouse. So coming on to the cable of this mouse, it's not the greatest, but it's pretty high quality. It's kind of like a braided mouse cable, yeah, and it's 2.1 meters, so that's 6.89 feet. And yeah, there is some drag. If I do come pretty close, there is some noticeable, well, there's a lot of noticeable drag, but the further out you go, there isn't as much drag. But yeah, there is definitely, it's not the greatest cable, but it is made out of a pretty high quality. But you might want to use a mouse bungee so there isn't too much drag once you use it on your desk, which I never did, but it might become an issue for you because there is some drag if you try to move your mouse on your mouse pad and might hit other objects or like hit the edge of your desk. So moving along to their software, as you can see here are the clicks, and you can program them to a ton of cool things and functions like multimedia, macros, and a ton of other things. Except the scroll wheel, it has less functions you can add to it, but it's really great that you can see that Razer added this on their software for even the cheapest of the Deathadder lineup mice. So yeah, that's really great that Razer added that, and you can do that to every single click, including the side buttons on this mouse. So moving on to the performance side section, there's a ton of DPI options here, so it goes from 200 to 6,400. If you're not sure that's low or high enough, because you're not exactly sure how much DPI is, 6,400 is very high, and it's a lot of DPI. Like, you can barely move your mouse, and it'll hit every edge of the screen. So really, you won't really need very high DPI. I use 1,800, and yeah, you have 5 different stages you can all customize to, and just click on them to change. So anywhere from 200 to 6,400 DPI you have on the Razer Deathadder Essential, and trust me, that'll be more than enough to find the right DPI for you. If you don't exactly know what DPI is, it's basically how fast the cursor moves from when you move your mouse to the other side of the screen. And there's a big variety here from slow to fast, so you'll definitely find what's right. You'll also find the frequency or the polling rate. It should be set at 1,000 by default. If it's for some reason not, and it's at 500, definitely set that to 1,000 because it's basically the speed of your mouse going into your computer. So definitely set that to 1,000 if it isn't already, but it should by default already be there. And as you can see down here, you have further mouse properties, which you can open in Windows, but you can do with any mouse. But it's nice that there's a link here that'll automatically open it for you. So moving on to the last section of the Razer Synapse or Synapse Razer Deathadder Essential Settings is the lighting. So here's brightness. I have it on 50 right now, but you can change it anywhere from 0, which is off, to 100, or just hit the off switch right beside brightness. And there's also effects. So there's breathing, which is fading in and out of green. Keep in mind, it's only green for the Deathadder Essential, not for the more expensive ones. And there's only RGB on the scroll wheel and the like the Razer logo on like the middle-ish area of the mouse, like I showed earlier. But yeah, static is just green. Breathing fades in and out. Switch off lighting is just to save electricity. So after a certain amount of minutes, which you can customize from 1 to 15, the RGB or the lighting will just turn off. And then once you move the mouse, it should turn back on. So yeah, it's just saves electricity, and you can set how much you want that to idle or just not have it on at all. I have it on 5 minutes. So keep in mind all of these settings. You need to get the Razer Synapse or Synapse, which is completely free and has low system requirements, and it works with every single Razer product, which you can all attach to this software. And except for like accessories, obviously, but all their electronics like keyboards and mice and headsets, and you can change many things in all of them. So the Razer Deathadder Essential, at least, is designed for right hands, has a wired standard cable, doesn't use batteries, single color RGB, which we talked about earlier, an optical sensor, 6,400 maximum DPI, and also 5 programmable buttons, mechanical switch types, 10 million clicks, which is a really good rated click rate since 10 million is a lot still. Not as much as other mice, but 10 million should last a long time. Standard stock feet, uses a standard good braided cable, and also is 127 millimeters in length, 61.7 millimeters in grip width, 42.7 millimeters in height, and 96 grams in weight, which you want to aim for lightweight mice, but this is pretty good. 6 grams still works, but you do usually for gaming mice, you do want to aim for lightweight. Some people believe that, some don't. But yeah, 96 grams, so it's more on the heavier end, but it's not too heavy, and doesn't have dock compatibility since it is not wireless. So that's going to be the end of the Deathadder Essential review. But wait, if you like Minecraft content, because my channel focuses mainly around Minecraft gaming and I'm trying some new things like unboxing and reviews, then stick around because now I'm going to be trying clicking methods to see how much CPS I can get in different clicking methods on this mouse. It does not double click, which is a disadvantage obviously, but I can still get a decent amount of CPS. But yeah, let's test that right now. So we just reviewed the Razer Deathadder Essential, but how does it perform in Minecraft PvP? How much CPS can it actually get? Well, that's what we're going to be testing now. So starting off, I'm going to be trying butterfly clicking on a 5-second CPS test. Now I'm a pretty fast clicker. I'm by no means a super quick clicker, but I can click pretty fast. I was going to do like a 1 or 2 second CPS test, but I thought some people wouldn't want that. But I basically got like a bit over 10 here, and then I got 12 in the 2 and the 1 second test. Maybe a pretty fast clicker, but I'm really bad at jitter clicking. Like I never do it because it hurts my arm. Like it physically hurts my arm and I never do it. So yeah, you'll probably get a bit more CPS than me, but I only got like 10 and I did it 3 times because I'm really bad. I'm inconsistent. I just randomly stop and then keep going. So yeah, I only got 10 CPS jittering, but you'll probably get a bit more than me in that. Okay, next up is drag clicking. So I'm actually not that bad at drag clicking. I didn't do so well in this because it's 5 seconds, and again, I'm not really used to that. I usually just do 1 second, but my record ever for long dragging is 18, which I got 3 times, and my record short dragging is 13, but usually when my like hands are grippy or like my fingers are grippy, I average like 15 or 16 long drag, but right here, I only got like 10 because my fingers are like not like in the drag clicky kind of grip, and 5 seconds, which I'm absolutely not used to. But yeah, here I got a bit more than I actually did jitter clicking. So in conclusion, this mouse gets a decent amount of CPS since it can't double click, since Razer designed it like that, in basically every category. Keep in mind you might get less or more than me depending on how fast you click. I click pretty quickly, but in no means am I a pro at it. So yeah, you should probably get results kind of like this, but it obviously varies depending on how fast you click. Those are just my results on what I got. 4 different clicking methods. I'm not going to be trying any other like bulk clicking or anything. So those are just like the standard Minecraft clicking methods other than normal clicking, which I obviously didn't do. But yeah, those are the results that I got. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. I kind of rushed this video, not gonna lie, but thanks for sticking around. Leave a like and subscribe if this video helped, and I'll try to reply to the most comments as I can in the comment section. So yeah, see you in the next one.